Welcome back again. MOTN's back. Tell a friend. MOT is back. MOT is back. MOT is back. Hey, it's
It
MOTN
took a
live. Hmm?
it took a quick second on that. You were like MOTN. This he had to catch the beat.
I'm of course your host, Mike G. I'm still super sick, as you can tell. In my brain, I'm not firing in all cylinders right now. You know,
He
it
had
took
to
a second
catch
for
the beat.
it took a second for the engine to turn over, just a little bit. With me tonight is, of course, the Jedi Counselor himself. Wash, what's popping? What's propping,
What up,
Bray?
bro? What up, man? Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. It feels like
TGIF.
I don't know, man. These last couple of weeks have felt like mega weeks. They are not short, bro. And I keep
Nah,
walking
man.
in here on a Friday night going, man, I I feel like I haven't been here in a month.
Man, this shit is like God weeks. It's like what dogs feel when you leave the house, dog. You know what I mean? Like
Dude,
they have an extended period of time. Hey, Joe, what's going on? What's cracking, bro? Thanks for coming through. Yeah, man. Living life as a sick man, as a man of illness, extends everything. You know what I mean? So I've been kind of like living at the bottom of the ocean for the last 2 weeks, like finding new horrors that my body can put me through. You ever just wake up throwing up? You ever just wake up throwing up? Like you're in a
uh,
dream, you're just throwing up, just waking up.
yeah, once or twice, but I'll be honest, I probably was not the soberest of
Uh,
individuals at the time.
I didn't even get to have fun. I'm over here struggling, eating chicken noodle soup, watching Pirates of the Caribbean. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning just to vomit, just waking up to vomit. And you're like, what is life, dude? What the fuck? Coughing
Damn.
spells. I saw Jesus, bruh.
I hope he
You
wasn't
know,
in Pirates of the Caribbean. How many movies are there of that, by the way? I'm not a
like
pirate
eight,
head.
like
Eight
eight,
freaking? That's a
seven or
lot.
something. No. All jokes aside, there's like four, I think.
That's
Four.
it? I thought they
There's
were
a
closer to eight. I thought there were a lot more than four.
like there's the original trilogy, and then there's the new one, and then there's another one. So it's like five. Look it up, man. It's got to be like four or five. Some stupid arbitrary number, dog. How many?
Five.
Five. There you go.
Yeah,
There's the
the only
original
one I saw was the one we watched for
random
Random
select.
Select, Dead Man's Chest with the beard, which was actually pretty good, but overall that was a long ass movie, and I was like, man, I get it. That's a lot.
It was funny. Tony Odin, the lieutenant commander. She's like Lieutenant Commander Data. You know, who's will be popping in tonight. She's on location at Rebel Base, so she could be popping in at some point of the evening. Tony Odin wants to bring back Random Select Wash. She's
Ah,
like,
good.
she found him and she wants to revamp it. And I said, let me talk to Wash because Random Select was a lot of work. That was like dedication.
Well, it's
What do
called planning, bro. That's
I
all.
never planned.
We just set it out. Like so. What is it? March, February? We set a random select for April. I don't know what's going on in April, but anyway, something around April, and you pick eight movies and grind them out, bro. I wish I could say it's short. It's not necessarily short, but it's
It's a,
always
it's
worth
a
it.
it's so much fun though. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's always worth it, man.
I
And
will be down.
I will always say that even though you've made me watch some terrible movies and not come through on reviews, aka Bradley Cooper, freaking Lady Gaga, whatever the hell that freaking movie is.
I will
Uh,
always be. I will always apologize for that, my man. That's
Man,
my
dude made me
that's my
watch
original
that.
sin.
But
Yeah.
during a random select, there were some terrible movies I thought I wouldn't like, and turned out that look, I had never seen Saw, at all until Random Select, and that freaking blew my mind. In what, 2018? I'm like, what? Saw.
It's funny because it's like the way Random Select worked is that we would pit them against each other, but now we have a third person in Toots. So we would have to, like, one of us would have to concede to our decision. Now we don't. Now it could be like there's going to be a decisive victory. So it would maybe even be a little easier to come up with these victories for
I
these
mean,
head to head. You know what I'm
it's either
saying?
two. It's two versus one. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I like the battle system. And we don't have to show a behind the scenes pic of what goes on here at MOTN, like conversation wise. But I think when you can bring in that element of random to geekness world, and you go, all right, man, who would win, Leonardo or Mario? I think that opens like the playground for some real good conversations, and
You know
that's what
what?
you get with Random
Like you
Select.
said, with Random Select, it's an event. It's almost like an event. Like event comics, like Civil War, Crisis of Infinite Earths. Like Random Select is an event. So let's plan, like you said, let's plan a month, like April, maybe even
You
June to
need
start
like
the summer.
two, you know what I mean? It's 10 movies. Like,
Yeah, we
they
watch them
made a
together.
small amount of time.
We put them against each other. Yeah, we can start like in June. Give us time to
Yeah.
watch these movies.
And figure
And
out, do you want to do a theme? You just want to
right,
do random? You want to do 70s, 80s? You want to do
horror
70s movies
comedy,
versus 80s? In fact, even we can do it like live stream. We can do like the pick live, like they do
dude.
for
That's like the
like the NBA lottery. You know
bro.
what I
We had
mean?
like the NBA draft, right? But we draft
Yeah,
the movies, and we'll do it like
yeah,
on a dude. We're cooking now. Now we got stew
yeah.
cooking. So yeah, uh, let's make that work. Yeah, we're gonna
All
talk.
right.
We're gonna talk, bruh. We gonna talk, bruh.
Well, I want you to get into Spider-Man. Full disclosure, I'm only on episode 8 because, it was a long week. But that notwithstanding, I'm not really that concerned about spoilers with something like this because, it's not like I'm not going to watch it. And it's not going to really take away from what I'm watching. What I'm watching is
Yeah,
awesome, by the way. But yeah, go ahead, Mike. What do you
yeah. Let's
think? You
talk about it.
finish it?
Yeah, Spider-Man Wilds. Yeah, I was able to finish that, the whole series, and it's very easy not to spoil it. We can have a full conversation about it. Excuse me, and I'll go in and get to super detail because at the end of the day, it's Spider-Man, man. It's like if you know Spider-Man, you know Spider-Man. You could probably tell the beats that are going to be hit. You know what I mean? But what's cool about this show, and want your thoughts on this, is how they're getting around to the origin stories. It's like every single origin story is different. You know what I mean? Like these people will get to where they are, but how they get there is completely backwards. You
Backwards,
know,
yeah.
like Lonnie. Lonnie's character is super interesting to me because at the end of the day, spoilers, I guess, he's going to be Tombstone, like a Spider-Man villain. How is that going to go down? You know what I mean? In the future of this series, Norman
Poorly.
Osborn poorly, very poorly. You know, Norman Osborn, freaking Dr. Otto Octavius, bruh. And
Whose art is almost perfect in my opinion. Like, I
yeah,
love his art. Love
he's
how
the
they
best looking
like
character. For that style so far, he's the best looking design.
1980s Fantastic Four. Like, it's like right there, and it stands out compared to all the other art styles that's happening on the show. And I
Dude,
was like, why'd you
you
do
just
this?
you just nailed it. It's it's so Jack Kirby. It's
Mm,
Jack Kirby coded. It's John Romita coded. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
like you said, that 70s, and with you can see the constant blue tint
yeah,
in his
yeah,
glasses, like little things like that,
yeah.
make it an epic design. And it's like so Jack Kirby coded. And I'm warming up to the art style. I didn't like. We talked about it. I didn't like it at first, but I'm warming up to the art style. I'm warming up to the characterization. Like I said, these aren't even like Scorpion. Did you get to the Scorpion episode?
I am right there. That's right where I'm at. Yeah, yeah, I'm right there.
Did you stop there, or have you seen it?
No, I stopped there.
Ah, they do something with Scorpion that's really interesting, and it's a MacGuffin in the comics. Like, why is Scorpion the way he is? You know what I mean? Why does he hate Spider-Man? All this, with that, and the third. And his story does something completely different with the Scorpion character. And it's funny because it's like this story is specifically leaving out major Spider-Man co-stars. I mean, Harry Osborn's there, but Mary Jane is nowhere to be found. Gwen Stacy is nowhere to be found. You know, like, it's super interesting that they're choosing these alternative leads.
One shot of Sandman, whatever that dude's name was early on, even though, comics lore, like that's a big part of the high school. What the hell's
Yeah,
his name?
Max Dillon. No, that's Electro. Max Dillon
Oh
is
yeah, yeah.
Electro. Matt
Sandman.
Gargan is the Scorpion. Sandman is I know what you're talking about. Yeah. You get to see the Rhino without seeing the Rhino.
William Baker.
Yeah,
Flint
William Baker.
Marko.
Thank you. Flint
There you go.
Marko. Thank you. There it is. Flint Marko. You get to see a lot of characters in their proto forms. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, almost like a lot. You know what other series did that? Was Spectacular Spider-Man was really
Mm.
good at showing you like the proto versions of Sandman, of the
Mhm.
Rhino, pretty much the Sinister Six, and you get to see them evolve into the character. You know, like kind of like we're seeing Spider-Man evolve into the hero. So it's really one thing I really like about it, and I'm hoping for a season 2, is that we get to see more evolutions of these ideas and how they're playing with these origin stories. All right, looks like here comes the new challenger. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's
Hi
Toots.
guys. Hey Brian, how are
Yo.
you guys? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet, good. I just want to pop in, having a blast today at the park, doing a lot of research, understanding that this place is literally nerd central. So I wish I had brought with me some MOTN merch. I did get a few responses. I told people, yeah, I have a podcast with my friends, especially the ones like, there's so many sweet outfits. Somebody had a full-on Wolverine comic book outfit on. Some girl had a sweet, cute Spider-Man dress. I mean, it's just everywhere. The fashion is just adorable here. Yeah, it's a good day, but I just want to pop in really quick, you guys, to remind you guys that we are on the road for 1K. We want to hit 1K subs pretty soon. Also, I want to let you guys know that next Friday, we are going to be celebrating my birthday with an MOTN After Dark. So once, after we do our 6 o'clock live stream,
Mm-mm.
If she jumps back in, yes, I'm sure she'll jump back in. Oh, here comes the new challenger.
did I leave?
We're back.
No, there
We're
we
back.
are.
We're back.
We're back. We're back. How you doing, Mike? You sound great.
I'm getting there. I ate a
Yeah.
pineapple. I ate a whole
Oh,
pineapple today.
congratulations.
I did it.
Yeah, that's right.
I ate
That's
a whole
right.
pineapple.
You did
I was
it.
so, I
Yeah.
was so proud. I did it. Me.
We did it.
Aw, we did it. Yeah. Pineapple.
It's the small things. It's the small things.
Well, is
Well,
it
I'm proud
time
of you.
for like fireworks, or is that later?
No,
or-
no, that's in 2 hours. Yeah, the fireworks are gonna happen at 9 o'clock. But I am gonna post some reels for you guys on MOTN. I did get some footage of the Marvel store. Not that impressive, but our Spider-Man fans are gonna love it. So I'm gonna be posting that maybe in the next couple of days or so. Rise of the Resistance was closed, so we never even ventured out to Galaxy's Edge, and I was so upset about that. Because Galaxy's Edge is like in the boonies compared to the rest of the park. And if Rise of the Resistance is closed, it's like we didn't want to walk all the way back to it. But man, the aesthetic is insane. So that's what I kind of wanted to show you, especially Brian. The aesthetic here is just is ridiculous. the Imagineers did an amazing job with that land. So yeah, how you doing,
Very
Brian?
cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm
Okay,
not in
you're welcome.
Disneyland though, so I'm not at the happiest place on earth. So you're doing better than
Oh,
everybody.
Did you see
hey,
Deadpool?
it is the happiest place on earth. Parentheses Disney adults though. Parentheses. So there's that. Say it
Uh,
again.
Did you see Deadpool?
Captain
No,
America.
Deadpool was not here today. We saw Spider Man, we saw Cap, we saw Ant Man, Captain Marvel. No, what's her name? Yeah, Captain Marvel, and Doctor Strange.
Did you tell Dr.
Dang.
Strange I said hi?
I did not. He was way too far.
He's
He was way
always
too
so
far. I was like,
far.
"Hey, Mike said hi," and he couldn't hear me.
Don't
So
worry,
He,
he knows.
he heard you. He just
he
doesn't like me.
knows. Yeah, he
He
knows.
doesn't like me. So, me and him have to talk it out later. You know what I'm saying?
Funny.
That's great. All right, guys. Well, I love you guys. Have a great, great cast. I'm in. I'm in the chat, but I can't hear you. But I'm there. I'm there with you guys. So I'm here. I'm clear. Get used to it.
Have
And I
fun.
will see you guys
Good.
next Friday. MOTN After Dark next week, right? Next week, 9
Yep.
p.m. Unless
9 p.m.
otherwise announced. All right, guys. Love you. See you guys later.
Take care, Toots. Yeah. She's still there. Oh, Tootie Odin, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on one second. I have things for this. Tootie Odin, ladies and gentlemen.
Glad
That
to
is a
hear.
loud.
Thanks, God.
That is a long clap. Constant professional. Constant professional. Out there networking, spreading the good word, the MOTN gospel. We're gonna get a couple of conversions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Brian, what other superhero would you like to see get the neighborhood Spider-Man treatment?
The treatment? Oh,
That you would
man,
like?
I have to be honest. Like the X-Men came out of nowhere, right? And now Spider-Man, he also has come out of nowhere, but it's a completely different flavor. So I think I'm gonna stick with my old theme of last week with Dr. Bruce Banner and go, if you could give me like some sort of adult cartoon drama with Banner like Hulk, like where you can really, really play with it, go into it, do the thing, and not spend too much on it. Yeah, I think that could work.
Man, the Hulk has had some really good TV shows in his history. Of
Yeah,
course.
back in the heyday.
Did you ever watch the cartoon, the
Hmm.
Hulk cartoon?
Yeah,
It's on
that's
Disney
that.
Plus. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's up there with Spider-Man the animated series in X-Men. It's just as good. Like, I highly recommend that series because you get to see the Hulk. You get to see everybody. Um, Doc Samson, She-Hulk, um, Thunderbolt Ross, for that matter. You know,
The
you see
only
them all.
character that you mentioned that I used to love, and now all I can do is shake my head is She-Hulk. Like that's what
Why?
Marvel did to that character for me. I'm sorry,
Oh
dude. It
man.
was and don't give me this. Oh, it's like, yeah, you're too hard. Mike,
I mean,
that show is not good.
every every guy, gal, and non-binary pal has their opinions, and I will honor yours. But I love She-Hulk. I want to see her in new things. You're muted.
No, I'm not. I'm just like
Oh shit!
flabbergasted.
There you're
Like,
flabbergasted.
I
Look at
got
what we're doing.
nothing.
Look at what we're
Oh
doing.
man. So
Oh
anyway,
no.
you got that, folks. So yeah, I'd go the Incredible Hulk because I just like that story, and it's a story that I don't think we have fleshed out enough in my adult time. You know what I mean? We've done the Batmans, we've done the Superman, we got the X-Men, we got, I guess we don't have a Fantastic Four cartoon, but we've hit all of the cartoons. You know what I mean? Hulk cartoons are There's not many.
Even the bad Disney Agents of Smash show wasn't that bad.
All right,
But
I never watched that. I do remember the cover art for it though. Now that you
yeah, it
mention,
had A Bomb, it had Red Hulk, it had She Hulk, it had everybody. It was okay. I didn't like any of those weird, like 2015, 2020 Disney shows. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a Spider-Man show in there somewhere that I completely ignored. You know what I mean? But Hulk's a good call. I would like me some heck. You know what I'm saying? Um, because he's a character that can really go in any direction and really make it interesting. Like, were you ever on the cusp of the Al Ewing run of Hulk, where it was like a horror movie?
mm,
Was the one,
yeah, name me something that happened in it because I don't think in terms of runs. I think in
yeah,
terms of events and things that happen.
yeah, they split the Hulk's body into multiple different parts. Each in the part,
And shipped, yeah,
yeah, each
yeah.
individual part was like in jars and shit, was still moving, and an earthquake happened, and it all came together on somebody. It just became the Hulk again. What the
Yeah,
f? Yeah,
yeah, that was weird.
that was
I
weird.
remember that. I was like, this is weird. That
I,
I didn't think
I
this would happen.
I don't want this. I don't. I don't want this.
No, this
It was
is not
super
what I
weird.
need for like the Hulk. I get it, but this is hitting a
We
bit
met,
too much.
yeah. What was it called? Immortal Hulk. I think is what was it called? Yeah, Immortal Hulk. But yeah,
Yeah,
like
it was a Myrtle Hulk. Yeah, it was, and that's when I went on my when I was on what's that dude's name? Comic YouTube guy. Comic Explained.
um, yeah,
I was watching all the
Rob.
runs, and that was the one. Rob. Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to Rob. But
shout out to
while
Rob.
we're on the superhero conversation, can we have a quick conversation? I don't think we've ever had on stream.
Let's go.
Can we talk about Marvel Snap?
Okay, okay. Tell me your woes. Talk to me. Let's
Here,
talk about it. Well,
look.
first, explain what Marvel Snap is
Okay,
for
Marvel
the
Snap.
audience who may not know.
If you don't know, like Marvel Snap, what is it? Only a short 2 years ago came out in like a September of 2023 and wound up winning Game of the freaking Year that year in December of 2023, a short 2 months later. Game on fire. And it's a simple battle card game system with Marvel characters. Each one has their own abilities. You can figure out the rest, right? It's not rocket science, but it's quick. It's fun. You can get in, get out, and get a quick
Yep,
dopamine hit and move on with your day. You know what I
yep.
mean? So, me and Mike been playing Marvel Snap now 2 years. I,
The
I,
whole time.
I mean, the whole
The
time
whole
I've been
time.
playing.
Mhm.
Remind me to go walk into Marvel Rivals after we're done with this conversation.
Yeah, we could talk
Uh,
about that too.
so, uh, so Marvel Snap they still have a leveling issue. They just have a general overall reason to play the game issue besides the game being fun, right? But for a while they didn't give you any cards. They were really stingy. And now it seems like they have a bunch of cards and they don't give you any cards because they're like, we don't want that, right? Before you could level up fairly easily. Now, not so much. My issue comes with the reward system, though, because the reward system has switched over to red and neon borders, card effects with like scrambling and people are paying actual money for these effects on this card. And Mike, I've been playing the game more recently. It has pulled me a little bit back in just because there's a lot of cards I don't have, and I'm just seeing what's out there. Since I haven't been playing religiously, it's still played every day, at least once a day.
I played it
Um,
today.
but yeah, what the hell's going on with Marvel Snap, bro?
So yeah, you covered a lot there. So I want to cover all of your points. So
Is it
firstly,
still fun?
No. Uh, oh, but I'm addicted, so I'm in. No, it's not. It's not fun. Nothing fun about it. Okay, but yes, it is. It's the drug, dude. So here's the thing. Marvel Snap has a new player acquisition problem where there's really no real way to be competitive or catch up if you're just starting right now. You're gonna get your tier, and the cards come in tiers. There's tier one. Tier one is basic. I just download the game. Here's Spider-Man. Here's Captain America. And you go tiers based upon releases, and there's innovations with these releases. There's entire game strategy gate kept behind tiers. If you want to play activate cards, I hope you have tier 5, which is the highest tier.
I mean, I think I have 2 activate cards, maybe 3
Yeah.
max.
So it's hard to come in if you're just like, hey, I was watching MOTN and they were talking about Marvel Snap. I want to download this game. If we were to play a game between me and the person who's listening to this, I would blow them out the water because I have all these crazy cards that do all these magical things. And it's kind of not fair. You know, I would have to dumb down. I would have to lower my power level like Frieza to make the game interesting.
I had seen some of your decks, Mike. Yeah, you're gonna blow them out of the water.
Yeah, I got stupid shit, dog. I'm way in. You know what I'm saying? It's sad because it mixes my love for Marvel and it mixes my love for comic cards. I used to collect comic cards back in the day. 1994 flares, Marvel masterpieces. Talk to me. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What? You sell them. So,
Yeah.
you know, like, they got me. But Marvel Snap has an issue where, one, they kind of don't know what to do with their currency. They don't know what to do with their economy. They have big economy issues because the way you get cards is to spend money, and that's kind of sad. It is. I hate to say pay to win, but it's pay to win if you're being completely honest, because you can grind the game all day and get what they call spotlight caches to unlock a possible new card, but that's even a gamble. And you have to play like hell to get at least one spotlight cache. And then there's cards that are just in the vault that you may get randomly one day. That's going to cost currency, which costs money.
Again, 2 weeks ago, I texted you. I just got null. Been playing the game 2 freaking years.
Yeah.
Literally just got null. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird and random, which also brings me to another point about, and they're in game. Like, this is my thing. And I think you hit it when you said I'm addicted. And it's like, maybe because I don't really get addicted to things, I'm sitting here playing this game, trying to still figure out why I'm playing, because the reward system doesn't make sense. The in-game currency you get, I mean, I got 24,000 gold. Great. I can buy a card for like 8,000 gold. It takes approximately 70 hours of playing to get a freaking 1,000 gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense. And, I find myself just asking, like, what is the end game with this game?
It's collecting. It's not even playing the game anymore. It's a collection at this point. It's got to catch them all, and
Is it? But it's not Pokemon. You know what I mean? And I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's the point I was going to bring up, is that they diverted into all these different art style cards. You can get all the variants, all the comic variants of this person, comic variant. But if I'm not an art person, right? Like, I don't know.
If you don't care, that's a whole side of the game that you're missing out on. I care because I'm an art guy, so I care,
But if you get all the cards, you just got the cards. It's not like you're playing any special deck with the cards.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So he was about to have an episode. Pardon me, folks.
No,
So,
I'm good.
this is why I bring up Marvel Snap is because I so want to still like this game and I still want to play the game because the basics of it is great. Marvel cards, put them together, battle system, dude. What's not to like? But at the same time, I also find myself frustrated when I'm playing it, and I don't know if that's necessarily good either. It's not chess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not chess. There isn't set. There isn't set pieces on the board. You know what I mean? So it's easily to get frustrated where, I'm playing this honest as, deck, and some guy comes out here with a high evolutionary, a card I don't have, and wrecks my shop. You know what I mean? That's not fair. That's not fun either. Because it's like, oh man, I don't have that card. Oh, Marvel Snap, can I get that card? No, not today. It's not in the shop. No,
Come back every day and check.
I have infinite money. Can I get the card? Nah, you can't buy cards here, but you buy cards here. So fucking stupid. Um,
You buy
so
the cards we want you to buy. It's
at the
like
time you want you to buy them.
dude, it's
Yeah,
it's really kind of messed up. And I know that I don't know if you're still on the blogs like you used to be with Marvel Snap and still reading the stuff, but
yeah,
like do they recognize it's a problem or are they just like,
yeah.
no, man, everything's
A
cool?
lot of content creators have abandoned the game.
Mm,
A lot of them are moved on to Pokemon Pocket because it's a simpler situation. The guy I follow honestly said, "Yeah, I'm just burnt out on this game. It frustrates me to no end. It triggers me, and the a lot of the points I made, he made. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go to Pokemon Pocket. I get to play the game, and it's not trying to charge me up the wazoo for cards. You know what I mean? It's a pretty straightforward card acquisition. And if Marvel Snap fixes it, I'll be back." That's what he said. And it's like, damn, he was the guy I was getting all my decks from. He's the guy creating all my sick decks. He don't play no more. So I'm kind of out of it. So I have a love-hate relationship with Marvel Snap. Like, I get so mad playing it, like physically angry because the game is cheap and you can tease people in the game. Like you do these little emotes that can tease you or flip you off or like fuck this game,
there
but
actually isn't a flip off. They need a flip off,
no, Miss
but they
Marvel is a
don't
flip
have
off.
one.
Miss
Oh, is she?
Marvel, when she
Oh,
does this, that's in the zeitgeist. That's like fuck you, So
uh, I
pardon my
didn't.
French, but yeah, Marvel Snap. Would I suggest it to someone at this point? No, sadly
And
no, because you're too behind.
and the
It's like
game
playing.
doesn't know what it's doing. Which, okay, let's bridge that into Marvel Rivals. Yo, bro, they just laid off a bunch of people. Isn't this game Game Busters? What the F is going on at Marvel? Marvel Games, Lucasfilm Games? Like, what's happening with these companies?
Um, from my understanding, there's two different stories out there. There's a story that, hey man, we just made all this money with Marvel Rivals. They got rid of all of us, but it's not all of us. It's like key personnel that got let go. So it's not the entire studio, from my
Okay.
understanding. So it's like the guy who was on the chopping block was telling us how he felt. Hey man, we just made this blockbuster game. This is totally left field. We don't know what to do. Where in retrospect, it was just him and his homies. And
Okay.
a lot of that NetEase people are still there to work on the game. But in industry times like this, they may have their formula and they may be pulling these guys to work on something else. Like they don't need Imagineers anymore. They just, okay, we got the formula down. These are the characters we're going to roll out. We don't need our biggest brains on this anymore. We're good. We're just going to set stat quo and ride this game out until it fades away. So yes, it sucks that a lot of people got let go, but that's the gaming industry, man. The gaming industry is
Okay.
horrible.
So the game
You,
is not on its last legs, as so
no,
is being
I think it's going
stated.
to be.
Okay.
They just released the Fantastic Four. They
Yes,
just
I was
released.
reading
Yeah,
Johnny Storm is gonna be nuts.
yeah. I was watching Tim the Tap Man play the thing this morning. he was killing it. So that game's not going anywhere. I don't think that game's going anywhere.
I still wish
Um,
they turned up the speed,
a
like a
little bit, just a
0.75. You know
little
what I
bit.
mean? Like,
Like, like when you fly, it feels hesitated. You know what I'm saying? Like I tried playing Iron Man, and it just doesn't feel good to me. I've been trying to play the game. I've been maining Captain America, and I'm like, okay, I get it. It's a little. It's a. I'm too old, man. I don't have the young man reflexes for it anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to play fighting games, but I can't. I just got the old man reflexes. I can't do one frame links. It's rough, dog.
I'm glad you bring that up because that's actually another topic I want to talk about. I didn't know Tootie would be here, but I still would like to talk about it because Civ 5 or Civ 7 came out. And so I wanted to discuss your nerd blind spot or your nerd past where something you used to play or a genre you used to watch religiously that you just have gotten away from for 20 years and you now it's too late. And for me,
Ooh,
real-time strategy games, like I used to be a huge Command and Conquer head. Loved me some freaking Command and Conquer, man. Loved me some Ogre Battle. And it's like I see something like Civ 7 and I want to play it so badly because it looks so good and so in depth. But at this stage of the game, bro, like that's a 200-hour learning curve, man.
you know what's sad? You say that, and I was trying to think of like, okay, are there any games I've played that I just don't play anymore? But you know what the true answer is? The true answer for me is hip hop. I
Ooh,
haven't I
okay.
haven't been into hip hop like I was in a very long time. Shout outs to all my hip hop heads out there. Just a little bit on Mike G. I used to be really into hip hop too, to tell you. I was freestyling. I was at Venice Beach with the five elements. I was tagging, listening to KRS One in the Wake Up Show. I was in there, bro. What I'm saying? Like I was really into hip hop, into music, into learning music, and that was like most of my teenage college years, which is me being going to sound stations, shout out sound stations over off of by LAX, digging in the crates as it were, making beats, getting into battles and then fighting people because they lost because I ripped them. Good times. But just you get older and it's hard to find a circle where I can do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'm 40, so it's like would I like to write rhymes and jump on the mic and just have a good time and not feel any obligation to like put out a record or put it on TikTok or something weird or cringy? Maybe, but I wish my love for hip hop was what it was 10, 20 years ago because hip hop now, like mainstream hip hop, is absolute garbaggio. And it's only like really the hip hop heads that are the low key hip hop heads. Shout outs Gem Fest. Shout outs uh Super Latin and the Squadron. You know what I'm saying? That are really like keeping underground backpack hip hop boom bap going. And I envy those guys because I could still do that.
Good answer, man. Good answer.
Man, hip hop was my
Respect.
girlfriend, dog. We broke up and then she started dating the dude with the gold teeth and the criminal record. And I can't follow her there, dog.
Ja Rule, I got you. No
Yeah,
worries.
sad times. But maybe one day I might. Especially my voice stays this way. I may just start freestyling like this and be all jacked up. They call me Dark Man, you know, because my voice is all mummified. Bars. But yeah, I miss hip hop so much. Oh,
Yeah,
I tell
there
you.
you go.
So speaking of video games, before we get too long in the tooth, I wanted to talk to you about Avowed. Have you seen anything about Avowed?
Yeah, and in fact, it's the opposite of Marvel Rivals. The battles that I've watched are simply frenetic and it make me kind of want to stroke out a little bit because it's so like fast and so many colors. And yeah, so I was super stoked, and I'll probably tap a toe into it because it is on Game Pass just to check it out. But it does look like it may be a little too much just for me on my eyes and the way I like the game.
It's a colorful game. It reminds me a lot of the Outer Worlds, honestly. Uh, Outer Worlds is a very bright game. It's slower, but it's a very bright game
And it doesn't have as much
going on.
like 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 the pace, like it's phonetic, and I've used that word on a book review I did earlier, which is why I keep doing it. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, I've watched somebody because we talked about this off the show. You're like, Mike, are you going to get Avowed? And I said, I kind of want to get it, but Monster Hunter is down the street, and there's nothing I need my video game juices. That doesn't sound right. For Monster Hunter, so I don't want to start that if I can't finish it. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? And it's from the guys who made Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah,
Insomniac
Obsidian.
made it. Obsidian. Thank you. So it's going to get played at some point. Because I play I play everything Obsidian. They made the Outer Worlds. They made Avowed. Going to be playing out at some point. I'm going to play it. But one thing I like and don't like about the game is just like Knights of the Old Republic. It's a very finite experience. It's a true like RPG where it's like you have a certain number of dungeons in a certain area, and it's really easy to 100% an area. I'm 100% a zone. You just 100% your zones, and guess what? You're done. Now you started all the way over, and you know how it is when you play Knights of the Old Republic. You do a different build. Okay, I was a barbarian this last time. This time I want to be a sorcerer. This time I want to be a pirate, So I'm really interested to play it and try to find what I'm going to do and how I'm going to approach it. Because like you said, like my eyes can't really handle playing games for long extended periods of time anymore. Like I can maybe sit down and play a video game for 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm getting headaches. I'm looking away from the camera. My eyes are too sensitive. So any game I can jump in, play a little bit, jump out, kind of like a Monster Hunter, like a Marvel Rivals, for that matter. Go and maybe get like 3-4 games, hop out. Even damn Marvel Snap is good for that. Jump in, play a little bit, get frustrated, jump out. No obligation. So I think Avowed looks really interesting. And having seen the game, I've seen someone beat the game. I've seen the ending, so there's no surprises there. But I still want to play it because I kind of want to see how I approach it.
It looks like a fairly short adventure, like 18 hours. Like if you're really like getting in there and enjoying it, but it looks like you could probably do it a tad bit quicker. So on my streams, I try to move a tad bit quicker. So
in and out.
I think Outer Worlds. I mean, I gotta be getting. I didn't touch everything, and I'm freaking like 12, 13 hours in the game. You know what I mean? There's a lot I've left behind, but hey, you don't have 100 hours for every game. And as you said, Monster Hunter's coming out. Hell, we're just getting started.
Man, and I gotta say, one thing I like about the KOTOR games is that you're in and out. You play the game, you go through the levels, you're done. You know what I'm saying? It's a fairly quick experience. KOTOR 1 or 2 is not a 100-hour experience. Like you said, it's like a 15, maybe 20-hour experience if you're really dragging your feet. You know what I mean? And there's no giant like leveling system. You just kind of do your thing and you build your character. So looking forward to Avowed. I've seen nothing but good things about it. It's up my alley, but come on, guys. Monster Hunter is like the 27th, and that needs a clear berth. That needs like a clear runway for gaming.
Any chance that's on Game Pass or not so much?
Probably not, man.
Probably not. I noticed ever since I got on the Game Pass, they started not dropping the real big stuff.
No, Avowed is on Game Pass.
All right, Avowed. They did drop me some Jedi Survivor, which I need to get in there and play. But
please play that game. Please. I don't make requests, and I don't beg often. I don't beg
You
often.
don't. You
But
don't.
Brian, there's a giant hole in your Star Wars heart for a
Yeah.
Jedi outcast, Jedi survivor. They're so
Yeah.
good. Just put it on easy. Just put it on easy. Whatever you got to
Yeah.
do. They're
I
so
mean,
good.
I
Cal
don't like
Kestis is such a
puzzles, folks.
interesting. Just cheat. Go online. Cheat. Who cares?
I
You're
mean,
alone. Just do it. Get through it. I promise you, you'll enjoy it. I promise you.
oh, I need to. I know I need to. Because Cal Kestis is coming to the live
He's so
screen,
cool.
big
He's
screen.
so cool. The Ninth Sisters, Doug. The Inquisitorius, bro. What you know about the Inquisitorius,
I know a
Doug?
little something about the Inquisitorius, and I know a little
Bruh.
something about the. I don't know which sister the name of that book is after. Oh, it's called the Red Blade, I think. I don't know. All I know is
B-
she was in there.
Beret. Don't get me started, Doug. Don't get me
Oh,
effing started.
well, since we can't hit a podcast without talking about Star Wars, that brings me to my book review. So I randomly stumbled upon a book that I did not know was a book in Star Wars. And actually, there's two of them. The book is The Force Unleashed.
Ooh.
Right.
Star Killer?
Yes, the book, right?
Interesting.
And part two. And so I finished up part one just the other day, and I did the review on the channel earlier today. And I don't really remember Unleashed. How's your memory on it? Because I'm going to ask you some questions.
Pretty good. Cal, I know the big plot thing of Star Killer.
Okay.
Galen. Yeah.
Galen,
Yeah.
in the game, the main battles during the first one,
hmm
were you fighting Jedi during those main battles?
No. That's more like 2. That was Jedi. That was 2.
In
Where you were
two, you
going.
did that.
They changed the history in 2, where you were fighting all the major original trilogy people.
So that happened in two. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did not know. I could not remember because it's been so long since I played those games. And in fact, they're excellent games, but they're not
Yeah.
the most complicated games. You know what I mean?
Nah.
It's not like must play
It's God of War.
game.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
God of War,
That's
pretty much.
exactly what it is. And so like I was listening to it and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, do you know what, Mike? If they wanted to, and I do have to say, Starkiller's busted. I don't quite
Yeah.
know why this dude is so freaking powerful, but his power is next freaking level.
Yeah,
Like
he's purposely busted. Yeah.
purposely
Brings
busted.
down.
And he's
Yeah.
Anakin's apprentice, for those of you who don't know, or Vader's apprentice. So Vader took an apprentice. And in canon, I think currently there's a little room to where if they wanted to do this story the way they did in the book, where Vader gets an apprentice, let's say sometime after Twilight, sometime after him and Ahsoka, right? Battle goes back, Rebels ends. You still got remnants of Order 66 cruising around. Vader could, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but Vader could go get himself an apprentice, which it still doesn't. It kind of, anyway, goes and gets himself an apprentice because in the book, I don't know if you know this, but the OG Republic, like their insignia, is based off of Galen's family
Yes.
crest.
I was going to say that he was the beginning of the Rebel Alliance.
Right? So it's
Yeah.
like if you wanted to tie this thread in right now, I mean, there's room, and with Starkiller Base being in freaking canon, it's like that's something that may actually happen.
I could really bake your noodle and say, hey, Obi-Wan season 2, Vader can't chase Obi-Wan anymore, so he assigned Starkiller to find Obi-Wan. You could easily sub Starkiller in to say, this is my apprentice. the Emperor does not want me chasing down Obi-Wan anymore, but I want him dead. So Star Killer, you do it. And you can even have the actor who plays, he still
Sam Witwer.
looks good. Yeah, he still looks great. Throw him in a costume. Make him Star Killer. Make him chase Obi-Wan across the galaxy. And have Obi-Wan turn him to the Rebel Alliance. If that's not the story, holy shit, that would be awesome. People would lose their minds.
Dude, they could freaking do it. And I didn't even think Kenobi season 2. That'd be a great place to put it. And with the fact that, and you know, it's not really covered in film or cartoon, not even really in the books. I think it's more in the comics where we see Vader's irritation with Palpatine and his real like, man, I probably should be running this type of thing, and you know what, I got to take this dude out. And that's where we get into Dr. Afra and this, that, and the other. But there is room to have the Imperius, the Inquisitorius, as well as Starkiller over here, just completely off book. In fact, Vader could have took one of the, I have a new Inquisitorius for you. And Vader's like, oh, yeah, we're training him. Where'd he go? He disappeared. I don't know.
Vader trained Galen in secret, right? Vader trained him in secret because he was going to be his trump card against the Emperor to overthrow the Emperor. So the Emperor knew about the Inquisitorius. So the Inquisitorius is over here, like you said. But Vader could have been training Starkiller in secret the whole time. And Starkiller's first test is to kill Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know? Just to train him. Or other Jedi.
Or other remnants of 66. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
If you want to use this opportunity, because Starkiller has a love interest, if you want to use this opportunity to bring Afra into the story, have Vader doing all of this off book while the Inquisitorius stuff is happening. That's still in the realm of possibility. You know what I mean? Sidious and Vader are not exactly forthright individuals. They got secrets.
Yeah. You know. But that's what I really like. Star Wars, and people complain about Star Wars all the time. A lot of people's jobs is to complain about Star Wars. But they're subtly making legends real. Right? Like, freaking, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Revan on the big screen at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, Revan, you know, like you said, Cal is coming. Cal Kestis is on the way. Even the main character from Star Wars Outlaws. Why not start folding these characters into the main storyline, and you have anarchy? You're gonna have a ton of people, a lot of happy Star Wars fans.
As we say, I mean, there's already rumors that the kids from freaking whatever that show is that just went off,
Skeleton Crew.
Yes, that they're going to be in the Ahsoka movie or the Mandalorian movie. And it's like, so they're already folding it in. But I just think that there's some room to maneuver, to really do something to blow. Because, man, I got to be honest. And I know now we're talking about it, I wouldn't be as surprised had I not read these books. But if I was sitting there and like the trailer dropped at Star Wars Celebration and it's Sam Witwer, Starkiller, and you got me like
I would freak the fuck out.
Kenobi, I would freak out. I'd run around the house like screaming.
Yeah. Cal Kestis walks out with a damn lightsaber. I'd freak out. You know? So, and I think Marvel has the silver lining. They're pointing towards X-Men. That's what Marvel's big thing is. They're revising. Star Wars doesn't have that yet. There isn't a point to WrestleMania, look forward to episode 10. There isn't. So I think that would be cool to give us something to look forward to. Hey, look who's coming out D23 2025. Sam Whittier.
Starkiller will get people out of their seats.
Starkiller in anything, but put him in Obi-Wan season 2.
Yeah.
Hell, man. people would be asses in
Or
seats,
just
bro.
a straight up like Vader series with Hayden
Series.
Christensen as Vader, like training like Stark. Yes, bro, like straight up and just fucking yeah, we're gonna do
Okay.
it, man. And you know
Starring
what?
Sam Whittier.
I am here for all of that.
Hey Tony, what's going on, Tony?
So,
Hey Tony. But
hey,
yeah, I think Star Wars has something up their sleeve, and I think they're just biding their time until they can point at the WrestleMania sign and say,
yeah,
"Yeah, guys, look forward to XYZ." It's gonna get everybody hype, you know what I mean, and just get Star Wars people talking again. You know what I mean? And that's what we're at the end of the day, that's what we all want, right? Nobody, unless you're just some kind of, kind of nerd who just likes to pick on shit. We want to have fun. We want to have a good time. At least I
yeah.
think so. I hope so. That's what I want to do.
You know what I mean? No, man, I watched this because I want to hate it.
Why can't I hate it?
Like I'm tuning in because it's not gonna be good. I know it.
I'm so happy it's gonna suck. It's gonna be great. Did we say I haven't seen Captain America yet, Tony? Because I've been sick as a dog. So as soon as I feel better, I'm gonna see it. I know Watch is gonna wait till it's probably on Disney Plus.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So as soon as I can get over whatever this is, and I'm back to my old self, I'm probably gonna quietly go into a little matinee, 3-4 people in there, maybe 1-2. Go check it out. But health is wealth. Health first. Brian, any last things before we close out this hour? Because I can barely talk.
Nah, man, I'm good. Everything's good. Good Friday. Good convos. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Have a nice weekend, everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in, coming in chat.
One last thing. I was watching Jack Reacher. Are you watching Reacher on Amazon Prime?
No.
Good show. Love that show. The new season just started.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah,
Ruckman.
dude. If there's anybody who could play Batman, it's this dude. He would be a god like Batman.
He's freaking huge.
Yeah, guy's fucking brick shit house, and he's smart as a button. Like Reacher is pretty much just Batman without the costume. And without the batarangs.
Tom Cruise didn't play him that way.
In the books, he's closer to Alan Rickman or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, big brick shithouse dude who can, apparently kick start cars and shit. I don't know. This guy's like the Incredible Hulk. But that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close it, guys. I'm still on the mend. So hopefully by next Friday, I'll sound a little bit more like myself and my vocal cords will be healed. Once again, thanks Toots for hopping in, reminding everybody, road to 1,000. Let everybody know, follow this content, watch our episodes, like on YouTube. That helps a ton. Subscribe so you know when new things are coming out. We're going to be recording MOTN lore next week. The Matrix, Get Hype, Red Pill, Blue Pill. That's going to be fun. I got a whole lot of research to do for that one. And everybody, what are you shaking your head? What?
So much. It's just so. It's like, yeah, you don't know. You don't know what I know. You don't know what I know. I know what I know. I know what I know. I know that there's a lot. There's more than meets the eye.
When's the last time you played Enter the Matrix?
A long time ago. And actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go turn on that walkthrough right now while I have my bottle of wine this evening. Good call.
Yes. Joe, thanks for stopping in. Toots, thanks for stopping in. Tony, thanks for stopping in. This has been MOTN. I've been, of course, your host, Mike G. With me is Wash. Everyone can say, everyone take care. MOTN out. Take care, peoples.